Here we go with the last stage here in free agency. We're going to show some of the highlights here from the tight end changes. We look at Tony Gonzalez, one of the biggest free agent acquisitions of the offseason, going to the Arizona Cardinals. This is huge. I mean, he did not want to re-sign during the last season, even though Eli Manning was quite the dynamic passer. I guess he wanted a lot more money, being the only 99 overall in my league. And he decided to go to the Cardinals with Michael Vick. I think that's an interesting decision, and he had about 8 different offers at least of all these different teams vying for his services, but he decided to go to Arizona. So we'll see how this change will help the Arizona Cardinals passing game. It's a lot of scrambling by Michael Vick. But again, the Cardinals have Andre Johnson, David Boston. They just picked up another receiver. And so we see Tony Gonzalez going to be likely making a huge impact there in Arizona. As for some other tight ends around the league, we look at Freddy Jones from Arizona going to Chicago, giving Rich Gannon another good option. He is not a highly overall player, but he definitely shows up to perform. Cleveland also makes more moves. Cleveland has had many signings this offseason. Quite impressive on their part. And Teo Johnson was a second-round pick by the Panthers, who did an excellent job in his role as a tight end. He is not, again, highly overall rated, but he does perform at a high level, so we'll see if that continues in Cleveland. But Cleveland isn't even done with this move. They signed another tight end this offseason, and that tight end is from the Giants, Darnell Dinkins, joining the Browns as well. So Cleveland really making a lot of moves here, trying to add talent to their team. Kyle Brady, the veteran tight end who was a great pairing with Gannon, has decided to leave Chicago, wanted more money, and decided to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he'll be catching passes from Kyle Bowler or Ryan Fitzpatrick, whoever wins that quarterback battle starting next season. But again, Brady, a very reliable but aging tight end. I mean, I think he's in his lower 30s, maybe 33, 34, but quality player, but older. Now, again, Patriots are in cap hell, so Daniel Graham also left the Patriots. There, he even had a rushing touchdown last season. But he is joining the Kansas City Chiefs, going to be Tony Gonzalez's replacement. I think the Chiefs did a great job replacing their only 99 overall in the league, and Graham will be a good receiving option for Eli Manning. A few other tight end changes you can see on the screen. Dreesen going to the Packers. But now we have some of the overall changes here to the league. So as you can see, we got both AFC and NFC North up there. Janikowski joining the Bengals. Any other? Donnie Edwards going to Chicago. Browns, you can see the long list of signings there. James Farrior from Pittsburgh. Scott Fujita getting a chance there. Harris, Duckett. A lot of moves there for the Browns. Lions getting Hasselbeck, Floyd, Itula, Mealy. So Hasselbeck and Mealy both from the Seahawks. Ravens add Jason Taylor and Lawrence Malloy. So huge defensive upgrades there for the Ravens. We see the Vikings getting Peter Bulwer, the linebacker, as well as Pittsburgh adding some depth to their quarterback room. Jaqua Parker, Sean Ryan, as some additions there for Pittsburgh. Then for the East teams, we see Cowboys making a big splash as well. Simeon Rice, Priest Holmes, Jeff Garcia, Sean O'Hara, two DTs, Triplet and Banan, Boo Williams, Brian Finneran. A big boost there to a new coach, John Harbaugh. They're coaching the Cowboys. Eagles only having a slight addition there with Gary Walker, Kedrick Vincent. Dolphins making a big splash there. Dwan Edwards. Chris Samuels, the best tackle in free agency, joins Miami. Fred Taylor. Jonathan Abraham, who was in Jacksonville for a year or two. I thought it was a terrible choice he went there, and sure enough, he's out of there shortly after. Giants, the best team in the NFC, only take a safety. Washington over there with Lamont Jordan. We look at David Green, Chris Redmond, going to be fighting it out for that quarterback role. Javon Walker, Barry Sims. Patriots only adding Thrash. Tank Williams, a good addition for them. Jets looking at Kyle Vanden Bosch, Stephon Davis, Dante Stallworth, Cletus Hunt. So some unique additions there for the AFC East. But again, minor additions with the Bills and the Patriots. As for the South divisions, we see Tampa Bay making a lot of moves, bringing Joe Jurevicius back. Luke McCown gets to go to the team he was at in real life at one point. We see a lot of other, like Kyle Brady, Garrard, the center, Aaron Schobel. Falcons adding a punter, some offensive line help with Meester and Grove. Panthers getting Adalius Thomas, Joey Harrington, Mobley, Villarreal, their guard. Gaffney, Demps joining the Saints, a very small additions there. As for the AFC, we see Colts having minor adjustments, keeping Aeneas Williams, Justin Smiley joining the Colts back. Jaguars adding Pennington, Crabette. They get that kicker, Alex Walls, the young kicker. Texans, Quincy Morgan, Martin Rucker, that quarterback help maybe to put some pressure on David Carr. And then Titans over there with Todd Wade, that offensive line, adding D. Pope and linebacker, and also getting a kicker as well. For the West teams, we see the Arizona Cardinals having a big splash with Ricky Williams, Nick Goings, Tony Gonzalez being the real prized possession there, the best player in the league. There's a few defensive signings there. 49ers adding Santana Moss, Jerome Bettis, getting some help on the offensive line there with Runyon and Coleman. Rams adding Pat Williams, the one defensive tackle from the Buffalo Bills, veteran, adding that team that has been making the playoffs. They made the Super Bowl 2 years ago, want to get back there. Bringing Kyle Orton in as a young backup there for Kurt Warner. Seahawks getting their transitional quarterback there with Garrard and Tate on the O-line. Broncos adding Darren Woodson, Derek Burgess, Greenwood, some help there on the defensive end, but also getting that guard and Kitna to help them on their offense. Chargers, only light additions there. I mean, Alex Brown is a good pass rushing defensive end, so we'll likely see some good success there for him. Chiefs adding Sean Ellis, who's a huge addition from the New York Jets. Patrick Ramsey on backup. Lofa Tatupu, Daniel Graham, Matt Stewart. And then the Raiders, surprisingly, really bolstering that O-line. Willie Anderson and Willie Roaf. Older tackles, but good tackles. And so that's going to help Kerry Collins and this team, along with Willis McGahee in the running game. Josh Reed to give some wide receiver help. And then that veteran kicker, Joe Nedney. So as we see, a lot of these teams have gotten a lot of help. We're going to see how that translates into the draft and where different teams go. But thanks for watching the coverage here in free agency. I hope you enjoyed the video aspect of it and that ESPN feel. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next video, which will be covering the draft.